Stop scrolling for a second. If you have a 2-year conditional green card, one small mistake can quietly destroy your entire immigration future. I'm not talking about fake marriages or obvious fraud. I'm talking about real couples, real families, real lives who lost their status because they trusted the wrong advice, filed the wrong form, or assumed USCIS would understand. USCIS does not assume. USCIS does not give second chances easily, and once a denial happens, there is no reset button. So stay with me because in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the I-751 removal of conditions process really works, how USCIS actually thinks, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. If you're watching this video, there's a very high chance that you or your spouse currently hold a conditional green card, or you're getting close to the deadline to file Form I-751. And right from the start, I want to clear up one dangerous misunderstanding. This is not a renewal. This is not a simple extension. This is not just another form. This process exists for one reason only: fraud detection. USCIS approaches every I-751 case with suspicion first, not trust. Officers are trained to assume risk, especially in marriage-based cases. Every document you submit, every address you list, every answer you give is reviewed through one central question. Was this marriage entered into in good faith, or was it entered into for immigration benefits? You only received a 2-year green card because at the time your marriage-based green card was approved, your marriage was less than 2 years old. Under U.S. immigration law, marriages under 2 years old are automatically treated as high risk. The government does not care how genuine you feel your relationship is. They care about timelines, patterns, and proof. So instead of granting you a permanent 10-year green card, USCIS gives you conditional status. That conditional card is not security. It is a test. It is the government saying, we are watching and you will need to come back and prove this marriage is real. That second test is called the I-751 removal of conditions process. This is also where one of the most damaging mistakes happens, and it happens far more often than people realize. Many conditional residents mistakenly file Form I-90 instead of Form I-751. Let me be very clear. Form I-90 is for people who already have permanent green cards. It is used to replace a lost card, fix an error, or renew an expiring 10-year green card. If you are a conditional resident and you file Form I-90, you are essentially telling USCIS that you do not understand your own immigration status. That single mistake has led to denials, termination of status, and in some cases, removal proceedings. USCIS does not correct this mistake for you. The only form that protects a conditional resident is Form I-75V1. Now, let's talk about what USCIS is actually looking for, because this is where people misunderstand the process. USCIS is not impressed by emotions. They are not impressed by long love letters. They are not impressed by how nervous or sincere you sound. Officers are trained to ignore emotional narratives and focus on objective evidence. They are looking for patterns that show two people living as a real married couple over time. They want to see shared responsibility, shared decisions, shared risk, and shared daily life. One of the first things they examine is whether you actually live together. Not sometimes, not on paper, in real life. Lease agreements, mortgage statements, official mail addressed to both spouses at the same address are extremely important. If you lived apart at any point for work, school, family obligations, or medical reasons, that separation must be clearly explained and documented. Silence creates suspicion. Gaps without explanation look like fraud to an officer who does not know you. Finances are another major area of scrutiny. Real marriages usually involve some level of financial integration. Joint tax returns or IRS transcripts are among the strongest pieces of evidence you can submit. Joint bank accounts, shared credit cards, shared household expenses all help demonstrate a real marital relationship. Completely separate finances without explanation raise red flags. USCIS understands that not every couple merges everything, but they expect a reasonable level of financial connection. Insurance is another overlooked but powerful category of evidence. Health insurance, car insurance, renters' insurance, homeowners' insurance, and beneficiary designations all show long-term planning. Marriage is not just about today. It is about shared risk and shared future responsibility. USCIS notices when spouses plan for the future together. Affidavit and letters from friends and family are supporting evidence only. They should never be the backbone of your case. These letters should come from people who have genuinely spent time with you as a couple. Generic letters that repeat the same phrases often do more harm than good. Officers can spot template affidavit instantly once you file Form I-751. USCIS will issue an automatic extension notice. Currently, that extension is 48 months or 4 years. This notice is extremely important. It keeps you in lawful status, allows you to work legally, and allows you to travel internationally. Employers and border officers rely on this document. Losing it or misunderstanding it can cause serious problems. After that, USCIS may schedule biometrics. In some cases, they reuse fingerprints, but increasingly they are requesting fresh biometrics. This is part of stricter enforcement and updated security protocols. Some applicants will receive a request for evidence. An RF means USCE is not convinced yet. This is not a minor inconvenience. This is a warning sign. How you respond to an RF can determine the outcome of your case. Guessing, rushing, or submitting weak evidence often leads to denial. Some applicants are called in for an interview. Not everyone is interviewed, but if you are, understand that this is where cases are won or lost. USCIS expects both spouses to attend. Officers may ask detailed questions about daily routines, finances, family relationships, and household habits. They are listening for consistency, not perfection. Preparation matters more than people realize. Even real marriages fail interviews when couples are unprepared or nervous. Processing times for I-751 cases vary widely. Some cases are approved in 8 or 9 months. Others take a year, 18 months, or longer. Processing time depends on the service center, the complexity of the case, prior immigration history, and whether an interview is required. Delays do not automatically mean something is wrong, but they do require patience and careful planning. There is also a strategy that many people do not know about. You may be eligible to apply for naturalization while your I-751 is still pending. If you have been a permanent resident for 3 years and you are still living in marital unity with your U.S. citizen spouse, you may even apply early at 2 years and 9 months. This is 3 years of residency, not 3 years of marriage. In some cases, USCIS combines the I-751 and naturalization interviews. When that happens and everything goes well, applicants can be approved for both removal of conditions and citizenship at the same time, bypassing the 10-year green card entirely. This strategy is powerful, but it is not for everyone. If the marriage has ended or is unstable, filing early can create serious legal problems. If an I-751 is denied, the consequences are severe. Loss of status, immigration court, and removal proceedings are real possibilities. This is not a form that should be filed casually or based on online templates. The system still works, but it only works for people who understand it. If you hold a conditional green card, do not delay, do not guess, and do not copy someone else's case. Every marriage is different. Every case is different, and USCIS notices everything. If this video helped you understand the process better, make sure you subscribe. Immigration rules change fast, and missing one update can cost you years.